Of all the words you'll ever hear, make sure you remember these ones. Of all the words you'll ever hear in this life, the loud ones, the quiet ones, the ones whispered in hallways and the ones screamed across rooms, of all the words that crash into your chest like waves that don't ask permission, make sure you remember these ones. You will hear people say you can't. You will hear people say, be realistic. You will hear people say that dream is too big for someone like you. And sometimes the voice saying it won't belong to a stranger. Sometimes it will sound like a teacher, a parent, a friend. Sometimes it will sound like your own mind at 2:37 in the morning, when the ceiling becomes a mirror reflecting every doubt you ever buried. But of all the words you'll ever hear, make sure you remember these ones. You are not finished. Not when you fail. Not when you fall. Not when the road bends so sharply you swear the map must be wrong. You are not finished because a bad chapter has never been the same thing as a bad book. You will hear people say you're too much, too loud, too emotional, too passionate, too intense. But listen closely, because the world has a strange habit of trying to dim the very people who were born to burn bright enough to light the room. So remember this, you are allowed to take up space. Your voice was not given to you so it could live quietly inside your ribs. And one day someone will tell you, I'm proud of you. But here's the truth nobody teaches in school. You don't have to wait for someone else to say it first. Of all the words you'll ever hear, remember these ones. I'm proud of you for surviving days you didn't think you could survive. I'm proud of you for carrying storms without turning into thunder. I'm proud of you for staying soft in a world that rewards sharp edges. Because life will hand you words like weapons, labels, judgments, expectations. But the words you choose to keep, those become the bricks that build the house you will one day call yourself. So if the world ever feels heavy, if the night ever grows long, if the silence ever feels too loud, remember these ones. You matter. Not because of your job, not because of your grades, not because of how perfectly you hold your smile together. You matter because the universe does not repeat itself. There has never been and will never be again another person who laughs exactly like you, dreams exactly like you, breaks exactly like you, heals exactly like you. So of all the words you'll ever hear, through the noise, through the doubt, through the chaos of a world that never stops talking, make sure you remember these ones. You are here, you are needed, and your story is not over yet. Of all the words you'll ever hear, please remember these ones.